Guys, it's been 20 days, or this is the 20th day of Savor at Home, and tonight we are trying a bourbon. We're gonna go with one you've probably heard of before, lots of people have. We're going with Knob Creek. This is Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's 120 proof, check that out, 60% ABV. Which is, a pretty high alcohol content to it. Now it is aged for 9 years, as the bottle says. So we know that that means that the barrel here that they bottled from was aged for no less than 9 years. It is a single barrel. So that means that they go around the warehouse and they pick out the barrels that they think are ready to be bottled, and those will get bottled and then sent out as their single barrel. They are aged in new charred American oak barrels. Specifically, they char them to the level of 4, which goes into how many seconds the inside of the barrel is left on fire. This is produced by Jim Beam Distillery, Knob Creek is, and Knob Creek is one out of 4 of the small batch bourbon brands that they have, the others being Booker's, Baker's, and Basil Hayden. The mash bill is said to be 75% corn and the remainder rye and malted barley. I've seen a couple of other percentages, but the remainder of that 25% is a mixture of rye and malted barley. Knob Creek was first produced by Jim Beam in 1992, and they released the single barrel in 2010. Now, what's really cool about single barrels is that each barrel is going to be slightly different. No matter where it is in the warehouse, even 2 barrels side by side will age slightly differently, which is really, really fun. And that means whoever is going around, the master distiller, master taster, whoever is making the decision when the barrel's ready to bottle, has to make sure that each one of those barrels falls in line with the flavor profile that they're going for in order to bottle it and call it Knob Creek. These variations throughout the rick house can be affected by, what level it's at. Is it one of the lower levels or up higher, one of the barrels, which will affect the temperature range that you're getting within the warehouse. Does it happen to be in a cool spot of the warehouse or a warm spot? What's the actual inside of the barrel? What are the micro pores of the wood that are impacting all the aging reactions going on? There's so much that goes into it. There's so much science that goes into it, but then so much art that goes into making whiskey as well, that there's only so much that you can control. So single batches or single barrel bottlings, I think, are really fun, because if you get a few from different barrels and taste them side by side, you can try to see if you can pick out those different nuances. Now, if the master distiller, master taster, whoever's bottling, is really, really on point and able to keep those batches consistent, then you shouldn't be able to tell a difference. But yeah, so I wish I had two different barrels side by side that I could taste through. But anyways, I will dive into this one. So look at how rich that color is. So as I said, it is aged 9 years in new charred American oak. So it's bringing out a lot of the color from the wood during that time. There's a lot of caramel on the nose. Some vanilla and maple. It's got a little bit of corn to it, which is funny. Like a very, very sweet corn. and a little floral note to it, but I'm picking up mostly caramel in here. Salted caramel. Mm. Mm. So it opens with that typical bourbon floral thing, but then I'm getting so much peanut brittle, salted peanut brittle. It's really, really delicious. It finishes with a little bit of oakiness, a little bit of chocolate. But yeah, very much like a caramelized peanuts and some salt in there, and it's really delicious, very flavorful. Yeah, a good bourbon for sure. You should be able to pick up a bottle of this for like 45 bucks, no more than that. So I recommend, if you don't have some Knob Creek, it's a very, very good intro bourbon with a lot of wonderful flavors. So yeah, thanks guys.